don't know, but like I've never met someone who just doesn't like story. Period.
Yeah, that's a little strange.
Like if you don't like story in games, period, then I'm like,
I like story, not in video games. Get out of my video games. Broforce, amazing game. Metal Slug, amazing game. No stories in those games. That's what we need.
Wait, are you telling me you never looked up the lore of Metal Slug?
I have played too many hours of Metal Slug. Love that game to death. I have no idea if there's a story. Is there a story in Metal Slug?
Apparently there is.
Is there? Fuck off. No, there isn't.
Yeah, there's apparently a story.
Doom 20, the new Doom, I fucking loved, but I was like, wait, there's cutscenes? No.
would you not like care about something like world building, for example?
Yeah, but you can do that through gameplay.
Yeah,
And
but
like the
Yeah, but it's not as effective.
Yeah,
in my
it is.
opinion.
No,
There's so many. Okay, there's so many games that try to do world building through
Doom,
gameplay.
right? You play the new Dooms, you know exactly what the world is about, just from...
But aren't you like actually interested in the world?
No.
And there's your short answer.
Are you
Really?
interested in
Okay,
how
actually, to
the
be fair,
world
you know,
got that way?
I say that, right? But every time I hear a piece of like League of Legends lore, I'm like, oh, that's cool. That's cool. And I'd watch a League of Legends anime.
Yeah.
But I don't want to watch League of Legends cutscenes in game. Imagine you had to watch cutscenes in League of Legends. You'd be like,
Connor has like two modes in his brain.
Yeah.
And there's like no in between.
There's like-
it's just like shut off brain, like absorb
weird.
anime.
Yeah, the more
it could be shit. You just like absorb it, or it's like monkey brain mode. Engage.
I am the greatest primate in this group.
it's like on or off, right? Like I can sit there and watch like any anime or whatever you need me to watch. I could sit there and watch it all day and be like, okay, I know what I'm getting into. But when it's games, get that shit out of here. Get that shit off of me.
Jesus Christ.
I literally like, I love watching Tyler Wan. Like live streams.
Yeah.
I feel like he embodies.
He's the definition of monkey brain streamer.
I love Tyler Wan as a streamer because he literally embodies like not only physically how like I imagine my gamer side to be, but like watching him play The Last of Us was so funny because he was just like, "What is this story? Get this shit away from me!" And I was like, "I love it. I love it. It's so fun." And he's just such a like Giga Chad brain gamer. It's so fun to watch him. He's my favorite streamer just because like I relate to it.
Oh my god!
Oh god!
I guess that you guys can let us know in the comments below if there is any visual novel that you think Connor's monkey brain can handle.
I've lost all hope that Connor can get into visual novels.
we can't convince him. So maybe you guys can help us.
Yeah. Okay. You know what? Before we finish this, people were like, "Yeah, I've beat Fire Emblem." I was like, "Oh yeah, me too." And they were like, "Oh, did you play all the routes?" I'm like, "Why would I play all the routes?"
I remember talking to you about this.
I'm like,
that hurts me to listen to.
I'm like, why would I play all the routes?
Wait, you play Blue Lions, right?
I played Blue Lions, which I you know, after I heard about all the other routes, I'm like, so I played the right one.
No.
No.
There's no right one.
Yeah.
That's just one of three.
Yeah.
Mine sounded like the most.
So
Actually-
we're going back into Fate now.
No. I hate the main girl so much. I could not stand her.
I didn't mind her at first, but then when she started to get a bit whingy later on.
Can I okay, to get my opinions out of the way, what did you guys think of the series overall?
I'm glad that we finally have some good propaganda for YouTubers. Like, I'm glad that we need more YouTube propaganda. YouTubers are good guys.
We need more OP YouTuber characters.
Dude, I'm so glad. I was like, wow, he's a YouTuber and he's not an asshole. This is amazing.
No, because
this is amazing.
Okay, so there's a character in Japan Sinks that is just a YouTuber, and he's a YouTuber who's a fucking superhuman because he can do everything.
He's mad.
Where
Chad.
did he get a tank from? Where did the tank come from? We're just not going to explain where he got a tank.
I love how it's not even that, but like the way that he enters in that fucking fan propelled. Like,
yeah, I know.
And he's just like, yeah, this is mine. I bought it with my YouTube ad rev, and it's like, what videos are you uploading?
You're really telling me you're going to film a video of Okinawa sinking and that shit's going to be monetized? Come on. Millions of people died. Monetized. Fuck off. No way.
Can we just appreciate that the character is basically Felix, PewDiePie, if he just
He's
has
like white-haired Felix. like the time when Felix had the really blonde
yes,
hair.
I remember when I met Felix and when he came in on his
Hey guys,
flying.
It's like the idealized vision of PewDiePie. Like this is his final form, right? Just rocks in a tank.
How we see PewDiePie.
I wouldn't be surprised if he changes his his profile picture to that character next because it was Rio from Devil May Cry Baby for the longest time.
It's Rio.
It's Rio. It looks like Rio. Yeah, but I guess when I saw that, and as you said, it was probably one of the first times that a YouTuber has been kind of viewed in a lot more of a positive
form of
light.
positive fashion.
Yeah, it really goes to show me that I think Masaki Yuasa is a fan of YouTube.
Yeah. It just disappointed me that in his final scene, he didn't send them off by going, and don't forget to like and subscribe.
Yeah, very unrealistic. There was never a pull to there was not one sponsorship in the whole thing. Come on. No Raid Shadow.
I want to imagine him
comes in
flying
the
away. Him flying away, like freezing half to death in the stratosphere, and he's like, "Spots my Raid Shadow." Stratosphere. Really, YouTube.
I appreciate that the character is basically
Now is sinking, and that shit's gonna be monetized. Come on. Millions of people died. Monetized. Fuck off. No way.
Can we just appreciate that the character is basically Felix, PewDiePie, if he just
He's
had
like
his-
white-haired Felix. like the time when Felix had the really
Yes,
blonde
I
hair.
remember when I met Felix, and when he came in on his
Hey guys.
flying.
It's like the idealized vision of PewDiePie. Like this is his final form, right? Just rocks in
I'm
a
not
tank.
How we see PewDiePie.
I wouldn't be surprised if he changes his profile picture to that character next because it was Rio from Devil May Cry Baby for the longest time.
It's Rio.
It's Rio. It looks like Rio. Yeah. Devil May Cry Baby. He changes his profile picture to that character next because it was Rio from Devil May Cry Baby for the longest time.
It's Rio.
It's Rio. It looks like Rio. Yeah, but I guess when I saw that, and as you said, it was probably one of the first times that a YouTuber has been kind of viewed in a lot more of a positive
form of
light.
positive fashion.
Yeah, it really goes to show me that I think Masaki Yuasa is a fan of YouTube.
Yeah. It just disappointed me that in his final scene, he didn't send them off by going, and don't forget to like and subscribe.
Yeah, very unrealistic. There was never a pull to there was not one sponsorship in the whole thing. Come on. No Raid Shadow.
I want to imagine him flying away. Him flying away, like freezing half to death in the stratosphere, and he's like, "Spots my Raid Shadow."
Very unrealistic. YouTuber. But,
so
okay,
good.
I'm gonna. What out of 10? Was it good or bad? What do you guys
Okay,
think? 'Cause
I'm not gonna say that it was a 10. I'm gonna give it like a solid 7.
I thought it was like a 4 or a 5.
Really? You didn't like it?
Nah, I didn't like it either. Okay, here's my.
I couldn't stop watching it.
Yeah.
But I didn't. There's so many things I hated.
Right.
Okay, here's the thing. This is like a proper mixed bag for me.
Yeah, same.
The way I would describe it is that it's a 4 out of 10 series with some 10 out of 10 scenes.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
It was really weird because some scenes were fucking amazing. It was
Yeah,
like
yeah.
peak Yuasa.
First 2 episodes, absolute bangers.
No,
I thought.
exactly,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And like some of the scenes in like the last 2 episodes, absolute bangers as well. Like the scenes with the YouTuber and like some of the death scenes. I
Oh, the
thought were
scene
just-
where the guy's running.
yeah,
on
yeah,
the
yeah.
Thing.
I don't know what Yuasa has about
That was
making
amazing.
emotional running scenes.
Yeah.
But it's
And the father's death completely caught me off guard.
Oh,
Yeah,
dude,
yeah.
that
ruined
yeah.
me. And
I was
thought-
like, oh, cool. The one character I liked is dead
I
in
lit-
episode 2.
I literally thought like, wow, this like after I finished episode 2, I thought like this could be a 10 out of 10 if they keep up with like how
Yeah.
good this is. And then
And then we went into the cult.
yeah, and then they
arc.
got to the cult, and I was like, oh no, this is awful. This is actually awful. Like,
The cult arc for me was so bittersweet because as a massive fan of Yuasa's stuff, I'm like, oh, this is so Yuasa.
there's a scene when
what the fuck was the co-op? What the fuck was it? Okay.
You gotta admit the 360 no scope.
that
though.
was amazing.
That was amazing.
that wasn't the part where I laughed most. You know the part where I laughed most
Is
was?
the kid dying?
I was just watching it dead serious, and the kid just gets fucking destroyed by this rock. And I literally just let out like a.
He was just like, it was so perfect comedic timing. It was just, he turns around and it's like, oh, Casa.
Yeah. It was like slapstick comedy.
No, it was.
What was that? What?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
The greatest enemy lies within. Bad guys, heads up.
Genji man. Low. I need that mega.
Checking.
Marked by the dragon. My power grows stronger. See that which is unseen.
That angle is no good.
Objective lost. New
Genji low.
defense point. Objective B.
Just literally one. Ball low.
Stirs within me.
Genji low. Ball one.
Fire at will.
I will not be defeated so easily. Stirs within me.
Was no, because I remember I was like properly invested in the series. My first 2 episodes, I properly invested, and then like some things just fell off. Like as the series went on, right? Because like I remember their father dying, and he died in a really horrific fucking way.
Yeah.
And then nobody really just acknowledged that. They had
It just cuts, doesn't it?
yeah, they had like one conversation. It's like, oh, you're forgetting dad, and then they just like the next scene, like happy-go-lucky fucking shopping in a supermarket. And I'm just like if that was real, I wouldn't be able to say anything for like the next 5 days. Let alone
exactly.
even think about.
And yet, for some reason, every other character that dies after that, they have like a full-on emotional scene that
Yeah,
just
it was,
drags
it
out like
was.
crazy, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it something just fell off about the characters. I don't know what it was about how they were written, but it just didn't like. Sometimes they acted the way I would imagine people would act, and sometimes they just acted in a completely random way.
Yeah.
And then the cult arc happened, and I was like, okay, now we've gone from something feels off to this is just stupid.
So much needed explaining about that, like whole thing. Where were they getting all of this food from? I was
Where
so
were they
confused.
getting all of the weed?
There's so much weed. Like,
Just fields of weed.
and
Like in Japan, like
Yeah,
you're just gonna grow fields of weed.
Also, they never
in
explained
Japan.
the fact that like the grounds where the cult stood wasn't affected by the tilting
there was
continental
just so
shift.
much. There was so much stuff when it got to the cult arc where I was like, this is too much, too many holes for me to just like be like, this is okay.
At the end of it all, I think the only reason I was trying to figure out, okay, what was the point of this cult arc? Like what were they trying to build to? And I think the only thing that came out of this cult arc was just the fact that they got that false code talking professor out of it.
But why was he there? Like, none of this was explained.
It was just a slapstick comedy. Like I remember watching Cold Talk, and you know that point when you're like really invested in the show, and you go from being invested to just laughing at how bad it's become. That was the Cold Talk, and I couldn't get invested back into the show after that.
It hurt too much after the cult arc happened, and the fact that they just were like, okay, the old man is addicted to morphine. I'm fine with that, but they didn't even build up to that at all. They could have showed some kind of,
Right.
like they could have maybe shown him taking some pills.
The fact that the old man shot that kid at the end of episode 4,
Yeah,
3,
yeah.
and then they were like, and then he was like, oh, I'm sorry, whatever. And I'm
I
like,
didn't mean to shoot you. Let me
like-
fix your Game Boy.
You just fucking shot my kid with the intent to kill him. It's like if he didn't have his fucking DS, like he would be dead. And you're just gonna let him
That
hang
was
around.
actually the last PS Vita.
To be fair though, at the end of episode 4 when the kid got shot, I was like, oh thank God he's dead. My God, that kid was fucking annoying.
Okay, did you watch Sub the Dub?
I watched Sub.
I literally, I was like, I watched the dub, something fell off, I watched the sub, and for the first time, I fucking I could not stand what's happening in the sub.
It was really. I get it that they're supposed to be like native in both, but then I feel like they should have got people who are native in both. It's doable because whenever he said "Let's go," it's just like that's not.
Yeah, it sounds really off. Yeah.
Or they could have even have just gotten someone with a similar voice type who speaks English. You know what I mean?
What is it about? You also did this in Devil May Cry Baby as well, where Ryo's English was just
Stop doing
so
this shit.
off-put.
Stop doing this.
And yet somehow they can't get. I made this joke on Twitter, but I think it was the second to last episode where they were in Russia, and they got those like 3 nurses who speak perfect Russian, and yet they can't get a single English-speaking voice actor. It's like, why? How is it so hard?
Because in the dub, how do they deal with the bilingual?
They didn't. The boy just always spoke English. So that's why I mentioned it at all. No. I mean, they kind of did.
I wanted them to just be like, I want to meet my Okasa. It's just like a reverse.
Is it like a huge plot point? Because then later on, when the barrage comes with the Japanese only.
Oh, the Japanese KKK.
Oh, yeah.
Essentially.
Which the
See that which is unseen. My power grows stronger.
Bubble me. Bubble McCree.
See through the dragon's eyes.
Enemy seen. Enemy is down.
I will not be defeated so easily.
Ash here.
See that which is unseen. Marked by the dragon. Yuga wagateki wo kurau! Within me. Have a taste.
Pretty low.
My ultimate is ready. My strength unleashes.
Their tanks are such bots. I don't get it.
Again.
Baptiste.
One shot.
All better.
One kill. Spotted them.
I appreciate it.
60 seconds remaining.
Helden sterben nicht. The enemies of Talon will be eliminated. Der Kampf ist noch nicht vorbei.
Pretty slow.
30 seconds remaining.
Heroes never die.
Complete.
Comme c'est aimable de ta part.
The whole, you know, the dynamics of that boat, just the engineering standards of it were all horrific. How that boat
Yeah.
literally couldn't handle waves. Like, waves could just come
It
off.
literally burst
the
into
dumb-
flames
it was the dumb-
for no reason.
Like,
Select your
oh my god, sorry, I just got, yeah, it was, I got carried away with the
that-
engineering.
The
of it all.
more we're discussing this, the more I'm regretting giving it a 7.
Like, the emotions it gave me were a 10.
Yeah.
But like let's not forget that they also added a woman who could speak to the dead. That was just
was up with that?
never
What was up with
explained.
Why did they show us her
I'm
sex
not
scene?
like there was several points in the cult
Why
arc.
did they show her sex scene? We don't need to see that shit.
No, there was 2 points I burst out laughing. One was the kid dying, and the second one was like the fucking Mexican standoff where she just brings a fucking samurai sword out against
I
a
was like,
sword
is this
fight.
Kill Bill? Is this a Kill Bill scene?
That was such a Quentin Tarantino scene where it's like there's a guy with a bag full of gold bars with a gun, and she just rocks up with a samurai sword, and the guy just walks up the stairs and is like,
And I was like, what am I watching? I thought I was watching like a disaster movie, and it's turned into fucking Kill Bill. It was just, I couldn't stop laughing at that point.
What did you guys think of the last episode? Like,
It was a really
fucking hated the last episode.
yeah.
2, 1. Attack commencing. Capture objective A.
Sigma, what the fuck? What the hell?
30 seconds remaining.
I was digging slow. Their hog is a bot. Mercy dead.
No stopping me once I get into a rhythm.
10 seconds remaining.
Now or never.
Everyone.
These guys are so bad.
Get ready for Bob.
Overtime.
Well, that's it.
30 seconds remaining.
What's forward?
Commence attack
Over
on
here.
objective B.
Oh, unlucky.
10
Heroes never die.
My god, dude.
This life's never uneventful.
Helden sterben nicht.
round 3.
The last episode just kind of dragged out for a little bit too long.
The last episode was, remember when the Olympics was meant to happen right now? Well, this is awkward.
Don't forget the Paralympics too. Just gotta make sure.
I mean, I'm sure it would have hit harder because the Olympics would be happening right now.
Yeah.
If this was released right now, I'd be like, oh, that's a pro gamer move there, you are. So I see you. But now that the Olympics isn't happening,
It was just one giant ad for the Olympics.
Oh, no,
wasn't
it was.
Essentially,
That's
And
kind of what,
Japanese
like,
tourism.
I didn't want to say that, but like it definitely like felt a little ad-like. Like,
Yeah.
Look how amazing.
Justice ain't gonna dispense itself.
I'm here.
Be like a man possessed.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
Maintaining connection.
Five, 4, 3, 1. Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
I'm calling the shots.
Why is he all?
Feel like a man possessed. Need healing. Not fast enough. I need a doctor. Feel like a man possessed.
Your support has arrived.
My ultimate's ready. Draw.
Objective lost.
What do you do?
New defense point. Objective.
You must like me. You should be at peak performance level.
Damn it, dude.
Let's hear me out there. Merci.
That could like some.
Let's get you back out there. I need healing.
That's your knife.
This is not bad.
He's whooping me off the point. I can touch.
Now,
No!
where were we? Here it comes. No one can hide from my sight. My ultimate is charging.
Yo.
Here I am. Helden sterben nicht. Just what I needed.
I got
So you can raise something?
it's winnable.
Oh shit. Unlucky.
I can't easily kill him.
Actually, one. Oh shit! I saw.
Defeat.
Amazing the Olympics are, and it's like,
yeah, we know.
Yeah.
like, all right.
We know how good the Olympics are, or how good it should have been.
Because I didn't like. Maybe I wasn't paying attention to this, but I saw a lot of people commenting saying that the show was like very political at times, and I was thinking like, I don't know if it was that political. People are trying to put that on it. Like I didn't get that. Did you get that vibe?
No, not really.
Yeah. I mean,
Maybe they were talking about the rap scene,
Maybe.
which I liked.
I like the rap scene.
I like the rap scene a lot.
that was this is a really random scene, but I'm all for it.
It was a
I'm-
good
I'm
scene.
all
It was
for
random though. I was like, I don't know what this is, but we can keep doing.
But
it.
it's such a Yuasa move where, you know, he was just like, okay, I really want to tell people how much I love Japan, but how much Japan sucks, but not make it super political.
Yeah.
Freestyle rap, baby, let's do it.
yeah.
So originally was the rap in Japan. Japanese in the Japanese dub.
Yeah.
Because like I didn't notice because at that point I was just purely watching the English dub, and it was all in English, and it was really done well. So I didn't know if it was a case where they just like had that one specific scene in English. But no, like I really enjoyed that. I really enjoyed the last two episodes. Not the last two episodes, like episode 9 and the one before that.
Yeah,
I
those
thought,
are two really strong episodes.
Yeah, they had like I said, I wasn't invested in the characters at that point, which is really weird because there were some scenes that like I felt something, even though I had zero investment in the story and the characters. But just because of like the sheer brilliance of some of the ways these scenes were directed, I was like, man, I'm feeling something, even though I really shouldn't be right now.
Did the mum have to die? Like, I was thinking, like, I was like, did she have to enter life here for this? Like, because they kind of went, like, I don't know if they probably went further, but it was like 1 minute on the boat. Oop, it's out of fuel. And it's like,
I think it was implied, though, that because her, like, device hadn't run out of battery, that she was eventually going to die.
But didn't she have, like, a solar panel?
No, because, like, that thing had become busted.
Oh, it had?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
So the implication was that she was going to die anyway.
Oh, shit, I didn't pick that up. Because I thought, is she just killing herself for, like, the lols here? Like, what's she's just drowning for, like,
I mean, at this
She's
point,
like, I have to fill in my 1 death per episode quota.
at this point, it was just they were just killing characters off.
That's what it felt like. It felt like they were like, every character was going to die now, and we were just going to sit through it. Like, it didn't feel like it was needed.
Yeah.
And the one character that should have died a million years ago, which is the crippled doctor, survived.
Yeah.
How? Somehow. I don't know how.
No, like, yeah, that was my biggest problem with it, because it wasn't the fact that people were dying. It was the fact that you just knew they were
Someone was
going to die.
every
Like, it was just, okay, here's the scene where this person's going to die. You know, there's no tension or anything. You're just, okay, well, they're going to die and they're dead. And everyone's moving on now.
And it's sad, and you should be sad. And Japan's sinking.
Yeah. So, like...
But YouTube are good.
YouTuber good.
YouTuber good. No, it's really weird though, because I was having this conversation with Joey earlier though. I think we can end the spoiler discussion now.
No more spoilers.
Well, unless there's anything else you guys want to discuss about the series specifically.
Why of all pro games did he become a League of Legends pro? and totally unrealistic. Come on. And he's not a little shit. I mean, actually, kind of was though. Actually, maybe.
No, he was a little
maybe
shit.
he was a league player.
Of course.
Dad dies. Why are you inting? Why are you? Sorry. Okay.
No, but yeah, it was really weird because even though it was like I would give like a 4 or 5 out of 10 at the end of the day, I still ended up having like a good time watching it on Netflix. I don't know. I don't know why.
I couldn't look away. Like, it was great.
Like I don't know why. Where it's I find it so easy to watch anime on Netflix as opposed to watching anime on like any other platform.
I've been saying this since early 2018, ever since Devil May Cry Baby and other. Well, it was around the time when Netflix just started to get their hands on a lot of anime IPs that. At least with stuff that comes out on Netflix, you know, Castlevania did it really well as well.
Castlevania was so
I think the reason why Netflix can kill it so hard with anime is because they know that most anime viewers, including probably all three of us, we'd like to watch shows just in one big chunk.
Oh my god, Castlevania is so fucking.
Yeah, Castlevania is fucking
so
amazing, right? And I think what it is that because whenever they release something new, they just go, we know you can't wait an entire week, so we're just going to give you the whole thing all in one go. And it's perfect because Netflix is designed to binge stuff,
to be binged,
right?
Yeah, it also feels like there's no seasonal.
I think what it is including probably all three of us, we'd like to watch shows just in one big chunk.
Oh my god, Castlevania is so fucking.
Yeah, Castlevania is fucking
so
amazing, right? And I think what it is that because whenever they release something new, they just go, we know you can't wait an entire week, so we're just going to give you the whole thing all in one go. And it's perfect because Netflix is designed to binge stuff,
to be binged,
right?
Yeah, it also feels like there's no seasonal pressure as well. It's like if there's just one big show that drops, go and watch it right now.
It's not under any kind of like schedule.
No, it's not.
Because I've had plenty of shows where I want to binge them and I wait, like they're on Crunchyroll or Funimation or whatever platform, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna wait for this to be over, and then I'm gonna binge it, and then it's over, and then I don't binge it, and I just don't watch it. Sometimes.
Yeah, because by the time it ends, there's another whole new batch of shows that you're interested in now. So you never have time to go back to it.
Yeah, and then I've watched so many like mediocre anime on Netflix. I have no idea why, but like you
can download it. It's super easy.
This, I remember watching, I think, Be the Beginning as well. I was like severely disappointed in how that turned out. But I watched it all in one night, and there are still many shows on every other platform that I just still have not watched, and I'm just like are on my plan to watch this. So yeah, I don't know what it is about watching shows on Netflix that just makes it so.
It's just painless. Like it's so easy to watch. Like they make it way too easy for you to enjoy it the way you want to enjoy it.
Yeah, right. They just know the viewing habits of people of our demographic, right?
And the app works so well on your phone, so it's so easy to just chuck that shit on the Chromecast and download it to your phone. Like, you know, saves where you are. It's so good.
We're not sponsored by Netflix, but
if they want to hit us up, God, yeah.
Okay, how do you feel about the skip opening button though?
I love the skip opening button.
I
like the option.
I like having the option.
Yeah, but like
But I don't like how the default is that they skip it.
Though.
Yeah,
it's default.
I don't like how the default is skipping because
wait, they don't skip it straight away.
Yeah, they do.
No, they don't.
The first time you watch it, you don't have the option. Well, you do have the option to skip it, but it plays it for you automatically. But every time after that, then
I think
they just assume that you're going to skip it, which sucked because when I was watching Beastars on Netflix, I was like, I don't want to skip this. We fucking opening.
Yeah, Beastars you watch, but you don't have to do it.
So I had to keep going.
You don't have to touch it, Jerry. It's there in case you don't want it. It's not like touch me, Jerry, touch.
Speaking of Masaki Yuasa, though, like how much Yuasa stuff have you guys watched in the past?
I've watched most of his stuff except for probably Kaiba.
Devilman? Is that his?
Yeah, that's
Devilman is his.
What else has he done?
Oh, Aizukun as well. It's funny that I still haven't watched Aizukun yet, even though I've watched Japan Sinks, which I feel like is going to be worse than Aizukun. And Aizukun's been out for a while.
He's done Aizukun. He's done Ping Pong the animation.
Oh, I love Ping Pong the animation.
He's done Kaiba. He's done
Mind Game.
Ping Pong's one of my favorites.
Kick Hearts as well, which was the Kickstarter one.
Right.
He's done a lot of indie films as well. Yeah, Your Wave.
Oh, I haven't seen
I
Ride
still
Your
haven't
Wave.
seen that. Yeah, I
haven't seen
really
that
need to watch that. It's about it's like boyfriend dies, they both love the ocean, and then boyfriend reincarnates as a wave.
Yeah.
That's the only way to describe it. Right? That's the easiest way to describe it.
Sounds like a hentai.
Yeah. Boyfriend resurrects as a water beast.
Yeah.
Essentially.
No, because I think my favorite Yuasa work is at the moment Ping Pong the animation.
Oh my God,
yeah, Ping Pong's fantastic.
That hit me on like a really fucking deep level.
It hit different.
Yeah.
I really want to stop saying that because like every time we're on, it's like, oh, this show just hits different.
It do be hitting different.
I guess because it's so like relatable in some way. Like you've probably been good at something without trying, and you've also probably not been good.
I mean,
at something that you want to be
we had
good
a lot
at.
of comments last week that was, yeah, Connor's chess story is basically Ping Pong the animation just with chess.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But the way it just portrayed, because to me, it's not a sports anime. You know, to me, Ping Pong the animation is a life anime that happens to follow characters around one single sport.
Right.
Because it's such a good metaphor for life in general when it comes to the discussion of talent, versus hard work, and just basically how crushingly depressing life can be sometimes.
Life isn't fair.
Life is not fair.
And no one's entitled to anything, unfortunately.
I mean, that's the whole reason why I fucking loved March Comes In Like a Lion, because that's essentially the exact same thing.
I haven't seen that yet. I really want to see that.
It is not a show about shogi. Like, you'll get into shogi after watching it, but much like Ping Pong the animation, it's just a story about how it doesn't matter how good you are at something, you're still going to be depressed as fuck.
That's the reason I've been putting it off. I'm like, I don't want to be depressed.
It gets pretty
I know
upsetting,
it does. I know it does. Everyone who's watched it is like, yeah, I loved it. I was just ruined.
It's so good, though.
Do you think Japan Sinks is his worst work that you've seen so far then?
Out of like the 3 I've seen, yeah, it's probably.
I mean, I haven't seen everything Masaki Yuasa has to offer.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot, but I'd probably say it's probably his weakest.
Yeah, I think definitely for me it was his weakest. And it's
literally just remove the cult.
Yeah,
and it's good.
So many problems would be solved if he just had removed the
I would say not every problem would be solved, but a lot of it. It would be like a lot better because I still had problems with how the characters were written and how the story played out. But removing the middle arc would have made it like an easy 7 to 8 out of 10.
Yeah.
Because there was still, like I said, there was still some amazing scenes, and if
there was some plenty of amazing scenes.
And it was like peak Yuasa, and if I was actually invested, I would think that this show had some pretty amazing moments in it, because I feel like just it got bogged down by its story so much.
Yeah.
Whereas his other works, I feel it was like a nice combination between this Yuasa style of directing, because he has I don't know, some of his scenes, the way he portrays and directs, especially like the emotional scenes, they just they can hit really hard, and I don't know what he does.
So close to
Shut the fuck up.
So close to say it.
I said it in my head. I was like, I'll say it for you.
It hits thesaurus different.
Yeah, no, I agree. I definitely think that Yuasa, regardless of how strange it is that the way that he portrays, character designs and just movement in general,
just animation,
just
right?
animation.
I mean,
in general.
okay, I'm one of those anime viewers who does not care who the director is or any of that stuff. I just watch the show, and that's how I watch an anime. I do that with everything. So, I mean, I could tell it was from the same guy who did Devilman within like 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Just tell.
Yeah,
that's how I do.
Because Yuasa's films and series have this really weird thing where sometimes you look at a character design and you think, oh wow, that looks pretty cool, and then the next scene it looks like it's written by like the intern.
It changes. I think there was like a few frames in it where it was like characters talking, and it was like, bro, like paint. I was like, what?
You can take a screenshot of that and just be a perfect meme,
I will say, out of like all his works, I feel like Japan Sinks was his most like normal looking work in terms of visual style and
big
animation.
air quotes for normal.
No. Like you compare Ping Pong the animation, and then you go to Devilman Crybaby, and then Japan Sinks. I would say he's progressively gotten, in terms of his big series, at least,
normal.
more like normal.
Ping Pong is one ugly looking show, but in a great way.
In a great way. Like, he had a very unique art style, and some of the scenes were like, they had a very unique animation style, and I would still say sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work so well. But it was definitely a very Yuasa style.
I mean,
at least you know it's him.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
How many fucking of those generic isekai shows are you like? Are these all animated by the same fucking people? They all look the same. Like, I can't tell.
You ask any Sakuga Tard and they'll probably know. It's like, oh, this was directed by
Like, I don't care. Like,
It's like, I see an isekai protagonist now, and it's literally a carbon copy of Kirito.
Yeah.
Like, I remember doing like a copy and paste of 7 different like isekai protagonists, and they all looked exactly the same. It was all that
Yeah,
generic
probably because
same-
they're all A1.
Yeah, it's the exact same art style, the exact same animation all the time, and it's like it's such a breath of fresh air to even get anything different.
Oh no,
That's what I love about Masaki Yuasa, because he's just so weird that it's just instantly recognizable. Especially, you know, Japan Sinks, as you were saying, even though it looks the most normal, probably to the general anime viewing audience, they would look at those characters and be like, oh, that looks fucking weird. But then you go back to Masaki Yuasa's catalog, you watch something like Kaiba, like that thing, that doesn't even look like anime.
Yeah, yeah.
That thing looks like, you know, some kind of like Disney demo that it was locked away in the Disney vault for a
But
while.
people
You
say
know?
that's about JoJo as well. They're like, yeah, the art style's weird. I can't get into it. I'm like, you'll know. You'll appreciate
It's
it.
an acquired taste.
Once you acquire that taste, there's no going back.
taste acquired. Okay. I like JoJo now.
I was going to say, I completely forgot about the one show. I knew I was forgetting one show when we were talking about Masaki Yuasa, Tatami Galaxy.
No clue.
Tatami Galaxy was fucking amazing. Like, you watched it, right?
Yeah.
It's fucking amazing.
It's Monogatari, but on crack.
It is Monogatari.
Like this will test your reading ability to the max.
The monologue is so fast that Japanese people struggle to keep up with it. They're like, hold on, pause. What the fuck did he just go back? Yeah, I've never heard of monologue and just talking scenes that go by so goddamn quickly.
Yeah.
It is Monogatari on crack, essentially.
Yeah, it's basically like if you take Monogatari but try to speed run the dialogue, and that's an episode of the Tatami Galaxy, but it's fucking great.
Yeah, and that's on top of the fucking crazy Masaki Yuasa visuals, right? But where it's just like, I don't know if this is like a dreamscape or if it's just weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's great. It's fantastic.
One thing that we kind of like glossed over in terms of Japan Sinks that I want to talk about though is the music. I thought the music was fantastic.
I thought it was phenomenal.
And I think that's definitely some of it made some it was what helped make some of the scenes to me.
That main track, I think it played most of the first episode when the main character was running back to her family, that kind of slow piano song. I love that track because it's really positive sounding, and yet putting it next to the absolutely devastating visuals, it's just becomes such a creepy song where it's like, oh, everything and everyone is dead.
No, because like I think what sold me on the first 2 episodes was just seeing some of these like horrific scenes, horrific landscapes, and hearing this beautiful piano track that just gave this like juxtaposition that just like it was really unnerving but beautiful at the same time. Like the way I described it to Sydney was it felt like I was watching something that was horrifically beautiful.
Yeah,
and that was
it was like a beautiful destruction.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I don't know who the composer was. It sounded very similar to Devilman Crybaby's soundtrack in some scenes as well. I don't know if it's the same composer. I probably should have done my research before talking about Japan Sings on this podcast.
I mean, I'm sure it was done by Science Saru, who did, Devilman Crybaby. So I assume it's the same guy, but I don't know. I'm sure someone in the comments can tell us about that. But yeah, I love that piano track because I don't know. I'm not gonna lie. The first time I heard it, it kind of reminded me of the Minecraft soundtrack a little bit. I was like, if this played during Minecraft, I would not be phased in any way.
God fucking damn it!
Can someone in the subreddit take that piece of music and put it over Minecraft Let's Play and see if you can spot this?
It's like Gant. This was such horrific beauty. The juxtaposition was amazing. Joey, Minecraft.
It sounds like Minecraft though. That's what I was like, oh, Minecraft.
I don't know if I'm just dumb, but I cannot remember any of the music.
Really?
You can't?
No, I can't remember anything. I watched it all in one sitting though.
Yeah, we all did.
Did you all watch it in one sitting?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't remember.
We just have a bigger brain.
Clearly, I think I was preoccupied with how do they get a tank?
Okay, a question to you then. What kind of OSTs do you remember? What sticks out for you then?
Fuck. Anything where like the music is like a huge selling point, I guess.
What do you mean?
I mean, I don't want to be that guy, but like the one that sticks out immediately is like, you remember Cowboy Bebop, like the super jazzy themes, right? Like, but I wouldn't listen to jazz on its own. I'm like, this just sounds like a mess.
I mean, I've come to understand that when it comes to music, you're a little bit brain dead.
Yeah.
Because you don't really listen to, because you know, Garn and I can have a conversation of, oh, this band is
We're
awesome,
the intellectuals.
this artist is awesome, and yet I remember I asked Connor once, I was like, well, who's your favorite band? And he was just like, I don't really have one. I'm like,
I like Daft Punk, and you know why? Because it's just noise most of the time. Like I hate. Like, I never listen to lyrics. Like, I'll have, like, listened to, like, I think I listened to, like, Pumped Up Kicks, like, 1,000 times. Where someone was like, it's about school shooting, and I actually listened to it.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, yeah, I guess it is. Yeah. I don't know if I'm just, like, I don't know what's wrong with me.
you are monkey brain.
It's that monkey brain coming back, man.
I have, like, half monkey brain, half giant brain, depending on, like, what comes
Do you know a
out,
single composer?
Kevin Penkin?
I was about to say, aside from Kevin Penkin, because he's our fucking mate. He's not a composer in our minds. He's just a mate.
Do you know what he composed other than Made in Abyss?
Yeah, he did.
And other than Tower of God?
Shield Hero.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Shield Hero is pretty.
The boy's not completely brain dead. That's good.
I guess because I focus more on voice acting than anything, and that's like taking up all the noise input I can take, right? Like, I don't really give a shit about the music. To me, the music is just
Does the music not enhance your viewing experience, though?
The music to me is so fucking important.
Yeah.
No, not really.
Like if there's a shitty series with a good soundtrack, I'm still gonna remember that soundtrack.
I absolutely agree.
To this day, like
Yeah,
I will never forget Guilty Crown, despite how shit Guilty Crown turns into. Sawano fucking killed it with that soundtrack.
That opening's a fucking bang.
There's some songs that like will invoke an emotion in me from like if they've been a soundtrack, but as far as it goes, it's like. No.
But have you never listened to a Sawano soundtrack and just gotten pumped up?
No.
Not at all.
Oh, like maybe at the gym, like I'll put anime soundtrack to get hyped to, and maybe a song.
Okay.
Will come on.
But say for example, Promare.
Yeah.
You fucking love that movie, right?
Yeah, it was a great movie.
Do you remember the soundtrack?
No.
How?
What? How?
Not even
How is it that the most in-your-face composer that has ever existed in anime, Connor's like, no impression.
If you like describe a song to me from Matt, I'd be like, I have no fucking idea. No clue. No clue.
You watched Promare, you watched Attack on Titan.
Yeah.
What other?
Attack on Titan, I remember the one that goes, I remember one from Attack on Titan. I don't know what it.
Kill the Kill. You remember Kill the Kill?
Yeah, Kill the Kill.
That's all Sawano.
That's all Sawano.
Yeah. I remember like individual songs, but if you asked me to like describe them or what I like about them, I'd be like, they're all like crayon colors to me. Like I don't know. Like for all I care, you could put like fucking Kevin MacLeod music, whatever he's called.
Kevin MacLeod.
MacLeod. That's what he's called. You could put Kevin MacLeod background.
Creative Commons composer.
You know this song. You can put those fucking songs.
To be fair, some isekai shows I've listened to have sounded like some Kevin MacLeod music.
Oh no. There's definitely been some generic sounding soundtracks that. But they're normally like for generic shows, right? But I don't know. A soundtrack can easily sell me on a series.
I wish I could give a fuck. I don't know. It's with music as well. I love Daft Punk. I just like, wow, the noise sounds nice. Like I like the noise. You know what I mean? Is that weird?
Yes, it is weird.
Am I weird?
It is very weird. Yeah.
I know. I think you just basically described music in the most like I think bare bones monkey brain.
It is a bunch of noises put together.
I think I actually am like a caveman when it comes to music. I'm like, ooh, the beeps and the boops are very pleasing. You know, like
music goes boop.
Yeah. Music goes boop. Ooh.
I mean, that's a huge reason when it comes to soundtracks. That's a huge reason why I love anything made by Key Studios, right? Because Maeda Jun is a fucking amazing composer, and his like just subtle piano tracks or any of the openings and endings, just it builds on the scene so fucking nicely and adds like a whole like
totally
like at least to me, I don't know, maybe I'm the only one, but I could just listen to say any track from Clannad or Air. Or Little Busters, and it could be a specific song that can evoke a specific scene, and I could easily shed a tear just from listening to it.
Like his work is basically if you want to hit the emotional G spot.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like you hear it and you're like, oh shit, no. The feels are coming.
How does a single piano put this much emotion behind it? I have no fucking idea.
I feel like the Mike Wazowski meme where he's just standing there right now, just listening to this conversation. You guys done? I don't know.
You are the first person to ever describe Daft Punk as noise.
It's like
I'm just saying.
pleasant noise is the way I like it.
Pleasant. You mean music?
Interstellar 3, whatever it's called. What is it? Interstellar 3?
555.
That's great.
Yeah.
I love that. That's great. I love that.
Has a track never evoked emotions from you though? Like,
Have you never listened to
actual emotions?
Okay, what's your favorite Daft Punk track?
Oh, that's hard. I really like Face to Face.
Okay, why is it your favorite track?
Oh my god. 'Cause it's
Is it because it evokes an emotion? Or
You can see in his face, he's never thought about this deeply before.
why is this my favorite song?
No, I like all the sampling in it. I think it's like crazy how creative they are with sampling.
Right, so
There's
you're
like
looking at them.
millions.
So is there, okay, think about the one Daft Punk song. It doesn't have to be Daft Punk.
Yeah.
Just think about the one song that has evoked like any kind of emotion in you. What song would that be and what emotion would that be?
Yeah.
I don't think there is. I don't think there is a song that evokes emotions in me. Is that bad? What does that mean? What does that mean about me as a person?
I'm talking to a fucking brick wall here. I'm like, oh, it hurts so much.
It's like trying to explain to, you know, Pepper the android what music is. It's just like, it does not compute.
Yeah, it's like I feel like I'm